Hey boys and girls, Mr. Resch here, 8th grade expedition teacher, and this is your introduction to your lesson 2, Core Plus lesson. Let's get started. You're going to have to create a flow chart, and I've got the perfect tool for you to do that. Some of you might already know how to do this, others of you may not, so here's your training. What you need to do is create a flow chart for the steps in order to run for President of the United States. You can be a male or female to do this, but there are about 15 things that you're going to want to make sure you do in order to increase your odds or chances of winning. So we need to make a flow chart of this. We're going to use a nice, easy website to help gather the information that will go in this chart. But go to Google Drive, go to New, go to More here on the left, and go to Google Drawing. Many of you I know are already probably familiar with this, but we want to get a good flow for the flow chart. And your job, once again, is to create a flow chart showing how you would become president of the United States, some suggested steps. So right here, I would probably title my drawing here, How to Run for President. We'll just call it that for short. Probably want to have a little title on here, so I clicked on text box right here, and we'll put in flow chart for running for president. All right, and we got an array of tools up here, and these tools will be really helpful in creating a nice clean flow chart with a little explanation. So what I'm going to do is lay it out for you pretty quick here. If you need to, pause the video, but I'm just going to grab a shape. I'm going to grab a box. All right, and if you realized from the website, I'm going to click on it here, this WikiHow, how to run for president of the United States. We've got a bunch of methods right here. So method 1 is pay your dues. Method 2, if we scroll down farther, getting around the red tape and so forth. And there's a bunch of steps as you see here numbered. And I'm going to walk you through the first one and get you a nice little layout and let you run with the rest. Let's go back to our Google Drawing. So here we go. By clicking in the box, I can type in here, method 1. And I can duplicate this really quickly by selecting this and hitting Control or Command D. All right. Just knowing some quick keys will make things a little bit easier for you. So we have 4 methods, so I'm going to make 4 methods boxes. I'm going to rename those like so. Just by clicking in there, I should be able to get to change those around. Perfect. Just like that. And method 1 has 5 steps. So I'm going to grab an arrow. By going to arrows here, I'm going to grab the down arrow. The very first thing you got to do to run or to be able to run as president of the United States is to be a certain age. So here's your first one. You got to be 35 or older in order to do that. And there's one other requirement. You have to live in the country, live in the US for 14 plus years. Okay. Now obviously that's a little too big for that, right? So I can enlarge my box and I can get it in there, get it to fit in there pretty easily. I can change my font size, something like that. Okay, so we've got our step 1. Now I'm not going to do a whole lot of the other parts for you, boys and girls. That's your learning task. But by simply making the suggested other 4 actually boxes here and hitting Control or Command D, I can get the other 5 steps. All right, and I have a nice little layout for method 1. Okay. And put my arrows in there, and you'll see you'll have a nice little tool here to understand how the president is working to build his popularity, to build his credibility, and to earn votes to win the presidency. All right, boys and girls, hopefully you found that helpful. I'll let your teacher know if you have any questions. Peace out.